Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. I'm in the process, of course, the continued process of unveiling, decoding, opening of the vision, revealing of the vision of the things that are discussed in the book of Daniel and in the book of Revelations. And I wanted to show you some of the areas that I'm going next because time is short, and so I'm trying to put out this a little bit ahead, and I'll finish it and put out the full production as we go. So I wanted to show you a few things as to where we're going next. Okay, in this scene right here that we're looking at, I'm going to hit play over here, I suppose, and I want to show you that we've covered and shown you what the buck in rut, and I said we, but I guess I mean God working through me. But anyways, I've shown you what the rabbit is significant for, and the timing of that, the white rabbit, the day of the rabbit, all that I've explained in here, and including the Cali lily, which is over here, okay, and the picking and the falling of apples, and the symbolism of this being the corona, the honey circle with the corona, and the drop of honey over here that is coming in, which is the comet. And that's the green comet. But what we're here to talk about in this video is the one of the only things that I have not shown you yet is, or decoded yet, which is this door back here. Okay, the door. You notice that the door is currently just dark. Okay, but watch what happens. When the lights go out, the door goes red and says exit. Okay, now, Lord, please, I pray that you make these your words and not mine, for I am just a simple man trying to work for you and for my brothers and sisters and all the people of the world. So, with that being said, the red door is the exit. You may, let's relate it to something here. Let me pull this up real quick. Hang on here. I've already got it pulled up. I just got to move it up here where y'all guys can see it. Okay. You see the red doors. They're church doors. It's the blood of the Lamb. It signifies the return of Christ. Or basically the rapture. It signifies it's related to Passover and the protection of the bride and of the seed of Christ, meaning you, during the days that are coming. Today is September the 11th, and over the next weeks, going up to the 22nd, oh man, my heart is pounding right now. I can feel it in my chest. I've talked about the 3 days of darkness, and I've read you many verses of it from Scripture. And I've talked about the 3 days of darkness and the possibility of it coming. If it does come, it will probably start on the 22nd and go through the 23rd into the 24th. Now, what time of the day and what country would it be based on? I would assume it would be based on Israel. Assuming that is the true country where all the pathetic, all the things that happen in the Bible. There's so much deception in this world that even things like that have to be questioned. And I will say this too, is that the true Jews of the Bible are the true Jews are the most persecuted people on the planet right now, which are the people who have the darkest skin. They are the true Jews. The ones that now claim they are the Jews are not, and the Bible says that. And it describes Christ and the way he looked and various things about him, and it's a black man, and I'm proud of that. I have no problem with that. The color of my skin means nothing to me. This body is just a vessel. So when the eclipse happens, you're going to have to, I say the eclipse, the unexpected darkness. If it does happen this year, and I'm very, very compelled to the point that I can't even hardly, it's difficult for me to function right now, but yet I'm still working because I love the truth. I love my Father in heaven and his Son that he sent down to allow the new temple to be us. We are the temple. Our bodies are the temple. I've proven this to y'all guys on my channel several times. And the light, the fire that burns within you is right between your eyes, in the area behind the Christa Galli. Christa Galli. I've done videos on that, and I've shown you that in detail. Some of these videos are still sitting right on this channel right now. You just got to go down if you missed them and look for them. We are the temple, and the days that Daniel, in the book of Daniel, spoke about, from 11 March, when they shut off the daily sacrifice, until the 23rd of September, of course, as many of you know, is the prophetic day count that Daniel in Daniel 12 speaks about. You can go prove it to yourself. It starts on the 22nd of September. That is when, if you see the heavens go dark, you have to go inside, and you're not going to want to be celebrating, because it's going to be an awful and terrible day, or 3 days. The things that are going to go on outside are going to be horrible, but you will be protected on the other side of the door. You're being obedient, and I'm trying to be obedient and follow God's words. So the red door that you see in I Pick Goat is that door. You can see that most churches around the world have those red doors. So let's go back to the video here. So you can see that you can't even really see, you can barely see it even says exit. clearly see it there. So it's going to go dark. It may appear as an unexpected eclipse, but it says when this darkness happens, there will be no light in it. I pray that I'm not scaring you, because no one is supposed to seek this day when it comes. But Daniel's day count is up. Oh, Jesus. Unless I'm mistaken, most of us will not be here past this month. Most that are listening to my words. But I don't know this to be for sure. All I can do is try to understand what I've been shown. And I don't understand why I was chosen to do this, because I don't think I'm worthy. Lord, forgive me. Let me try to see if I can keep myself together here so I can show you some more things here. I'm going to ultimately, if I can get it done and have time, I'm going to ultimately probably cover most of all of our pet goat in this decode, because there are areas that I haven't explained that much yet. But let me see if I can give you a few examples. This is the war in heaven. It's when the dragon spews. War in heaven and on earth will break out. This will be after the 23rd. Will not likely be on the 23rd. You can see signs of it already being said. And yeah, it's going to be dark, as it shows in this image. And there's going to be a transformation. This scene right here. This transformation scene, which I know you can't see it that great. Let me see if I can fix this so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so I just kind of blew it up some so you could just see that part of the screen better. It's the transformation. The white moth turning into flame. It's that moment of sorrow. This is why this scene is in here. You can see, if I go forward, you can see that there's crying in great sorrow. See the mask? Crying in great sorrow. And then if you go to the next scene, the next exact scene is this. You come right out of this scene, a few clicks forward, and you're in this scene. sorrow, the darkness. And I'm going to add all this into the decode. And I might try to explain some about scarab beetle and the significance of it to the Egyptian occultists back in the day. But this is part of the sadness and destruction imagery, you see, because this is basically, they're depicting this as being the Mother Mary or the Mother or Eve, and she's sad for multiple reasons, including things that I'm not going to be able to prove to you in this video, but I can speak about them briefly, and that is that I feel like something is going to happen with the sea goat. His horn is going to be broken. That sea goat is the island of Hawaii. The big island specifically, but all of the islands of Hawaii are in the image of the sea goat. It's the same image of the sea goat that is the constellation in the heavens. If you look at the islands and look at the sea goat, you'll see what I'm talking about. There is a place that I've been talking about and warning about for years there called the Helena Slump. And I'm concerned very much about that, which will ultimately then create concern for the west coast of the United States and other places because of what could happen there. That is, the Hawaii, the Big Island, is the largest volcano in the world. It's the biggest volcano in the world with a massive magma chamber underneath it. That magma chamber and what that is under that island, and the Hawaiians have many names for it or for her. It's the spirit, the spirit of a fallen angel that is cast into the earth. There's at least one there, and they also exist in other places, such as in California itself, where there is places called Lost Angels, or Los Angeles, and Death Valley, and all the names and signs that are there. I know what they told you about what volcanoes are and all that, and it was all lies. Volcanism. They tie just a little bit of truth into the lie. You see, the way they did it in this iPet goat, one thing is you have to look at the scene transitions. You're transitioning out of sorrow, okay? You went through several scenes there of sorrow, great sorrow, and then it transitions to this. The scene with the person that has the head injury, has the band-aid on the head, and the symbolism of the eyes all cracked up, which is referring to their mental status, and the unleashing, the untying of the bow, which will be the red horse. You can see that this is a man that is sitting here, and beside him there is an image right here that looks like the image of when you're riding a horse. There's the little thing right between your legs, I don't know the name of it, that you tie the rope off to, or that you hold on to if you need to, or something like that. I don't know the name of it. but it's basically kind of like a phallic symbol that sticks up right there on the saddle. You have that there. He's in his jockeys. He's got skull and bones on his shoulder. And this is basically about the releasing of the red horse. He calls them to kill each other. And this is all already set up. And this is going to be going on in the darkness. It will be a purge. Many, many people are going to die. People that, yes, you care about, that have not and would not see the truth. This is the moment of the desolation. It's when the light and the fire goes out in their eyes. You see, when the fire goes out, there's no more Christ in you, or in them, rather. Oh, Jesus, this ain't easy, man. This is not easy. The good news is that you are going to be protected. You will be provided for. You will be protected. Even the animals, after the darkness passes, even the animals in the woods and in the forest will be there to protect you. And during the darkness as well, I feel like I need to say this. The burden of Babylon, the prophecy of the burden of Babylon is going to take place. I've covered it in depth. The burden of Babylon, when the woods people, that some people like to call Bigfoot, Sabe, all kinds of names for them, that all of us that have paid much attention know that they exist and they are supernatural. They and some other creatures are going to come and be involved in the desolation and the deaths that are going to take place. Am I not supposed to tell you if I know that what I speak is true? I just can't tell you for absolutely 100% sure that this is the time, this is the year, but I don't see any other way, because everything is lined up perfectly. And yes, you know, the last 2 years or so, you know, since March 11th, 2020, we've been going through the separation of the wheat and the chaff. God, please beg for forgiveness from God if you took the snake bite, because that was the defining moment when you wandered after the beast. For whatever reason it was. Now, I know that there are some of you that somehow possibly got forced into it. Maybe you were in a car accident and they took you to the hospital and jabbed you. I don't know your stories. You're going to have to sort that out with God. But there's only a few more days left, and they're pushing right now to try to get people to take some more needles They want to capture every soul that they can and snuff out every light that they can. This is when the lights go out in the souls of men. Alright, let me see if it just takes so long to do the editing and stuff to get this in the videos that you see. I put days and days and days into each new release, standing in front of the computer like I'm doing right now, editing. And I've explained this in the past and how it has to do with this, but of course this is so multi-layered, this video that they did. But I've explained really all of this. Actually, I've explained it. It was about the time being up, and it was a war inside the body, and based on various different things, but it's all come true so far. And the spewing is getting ready to happen, as we know, and as I've said, the dragon is really mad. And yes, this guy's name is Draco. That's what they named him. He's the dragon, the green dragon. And you have something you have to understand about green comets. If you do a little research and stuff, comets spew water, is what it said. So this comet is passing the Earth, supposedly closest to the Earth today and tomorrow, and it should be able to be seen in the early morning skies and possibly late evening sky. Right after the sunset sets, you got to look to the northeast in the heavens, down low. Northeast in the heavens, down low. And if you got binoculars, you'll be able to see it a lot easier. But the dragon, the comet, which is the symbolism of this that is coming, it's already made one pass, actually back in the beginning of the year, and I haven't worked out the numbers as to why it did it then. Now they're saying this is a different comet. I don't think it is. I think it's the same thing. And anyways, the comet's tail, as they call it, is actually spewing water. And as it passes this Earth and passes across numerous points in the heavens, all of the descriptions in Revelations and in the book of Daniel will start unfolding. This is the time that Daniel was told to seal the book up until, and it's been made my job to open the book. I don't know why. I've certainly not been the worst man ever, for sure, but I've not been the greatest man ever by any chance of imagination. But I did realize my back when my son was poisoned and he got autism at 2 years old when he got his needle in his arm. And I can't think about that moment without remembering me holding him down. That changed my life. In some ways it broke me, and in other ways it made me. It's really strange. But at first it just broke me because I just fell all apart. Everything I had fell apart. I fell apart. I committed many sins. Got in trouble with the law a couple times. Nothing real major, but DUI, stuff like that. And then I started trying to get myself back together, and I got saved again. And it's been a slow process for me. But I've dedicated the last, right at 12 years now, I've literally dedicated my life to this. I don't really do anything else. I don't really go anywhere. I don't participate in worldly things. I don't even have anything anymore. I have all my material possessions in a single bag because I know that I don't need them. I don't know what's going to happen, how long I'm going to be here. I'm willing, and I've told God I'll stay as long as you want me to, as long as it's your will. And I think that's a good approach to have, just as long as it's God's will, and that we don't go against it somehow by being ignorant or not knowing what we're doing. That's why I pay attention so much. That's why I put so much effort into what I do. And I know y'all guys can see it. Alright, let's see if there's... Yeah, that's the spewing into the mouth, into the body. Into the body. The earth opened up its mouth and consumed what the dragon spewed. There's the symbolism of the brain. You can see all this stuff in here looks like brain material. And there's the showing of the tongue, just like they did right before 9/11 on the Today Show that I showed you in there. And there's the diverse places. I've looked at it as being diverse or diverse, but it's in the waters, and the fish come jumping out. Those are called, oh gosh, maybe, which we can't remember it at the moment. I know some of y'all guys are saying it. They've got human-like teeth, and you can catch them in the rivers up around, well, many different places actually, but on the east coast of the United States, especially up around New York and such. They even have an island there named after the fish. And here you are in the temple of the body. Here's your prison. She's on lockdown. About has to do with the moment of transition. You see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to create third-stranded DNA and go back to the garden. And I don't know if they believe this is going to happen all of a sudden, or what exactly. I can't say every intention of what's going on. I'm not going to show that scene too much. There's the symbolism of the woman, or the temple, and the light coming out of it. I just had a thought that I wanted to mention real quick, and that is how many of you, and you can leave it in the comments, have had your heart palpitating and doing strange stuff in the last weeks or months, where you can feel it? To me, it's just telling me that Well, it's just telling me I'm not going to be here much longer. And I'm not going to go to the White Horse, to the pharmakia, to do anything about that. Because all they would do was poison me, or hurt me, or kill me even, or maybe try, even though it's been tried so many times in my life. And it's been because it hasn't been God's will, and I've always lived through it. But if it's God's will, then I accept that. So if you've been feeling these things, can you put it in the comments below? And also, I want to invite y'all guys, the ones of you that are not normally maybe or don't even know about it, I have a website, a really, really good website where you can go and discuss these things somewhat privately, because once you get to the website, you want to become a member, and it's free. And then you can go in, and there are different discussion groups. Once you become a member, you can see all these other pages, and you have a lot more access. And you'll see all these discussion areas, like the Bible discussion group. And it's kind of related to the changes of the Bible, but really you can talk about anything there you want to related to the Bible and Scripture. It's called The Supernatural Show, and I have a YouTube channel named that too, and I've been making videos over there as well, on top of all the work I'm doing here. But at the moment I haven't been doing any videos over there, simply because I'm working on this. It's so important, and I feel like I'm running out of time. But I don't know, whatever God chooses for my time and what I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna just keep working for Him, even though I'm not a perfect man. I'm still not. I've had to learn a lot of hard lessons. In the last year, I've had to learn that I'm supposed to run my house with a rod of iron in my hand. Go straight and narrow. And I have to demand that this happens in my house. And that's what I've been doing now. And it's solved a lot of problems. Even though I still don't exactly have a house, because I'm still, as many of you know, I'm still, well, you would say homeless, but I'm still being provided for through my brothers and sisters, which are y'all guys. And I've yet not to have something to eat in a day, and I've been able to have a roof over my head, even though it's a hotel room. But I'm so thankful to all of you guys that have done that and have been here with me all this time. You guys that have been Patreons and all these different names of how you have given your support through PayPal and all these things. I'm not thankful for those organizations, but I'm thankful to you and the ones of you that have sent me letters. I still have all your letters. I've read them all. I haven't been able to respond to everybody. It's more work than one man can handle doing this. I have so many of you that have texted me right now, and I don't even have time to go through all the texts. And I want to respond to every one of you, and I try, but I have to focus mainly on the message and what I'm doing right now and what I've been doing in my videos. So I hope you understand. I would never ignore even one of you, but I just don't have enough time in the days. Let's see if there's anything else here that I want to point out. Let's see. I've told you that these are semen. This is the desolation of the semen. This is the dragon running away. He's been defeated in the heavens and is being cast down. And it shows on over here a celebration going on in the heavens. The woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because you notice how dark it is. It's dark for 3 of these figures doing their dance. 3 of them, 3 days, and then it goes light. This is the arrival. This is the false light, the purple light. See the purple all over this thing? See the purple in the eyes? You notice all the lights on the streets are purple. This signifies the arrival of the Antichrist, the second son, which is why there are 2 suns here. And will we see something like that after the darkness passes? Meaning something that looks like 2 suns in the heavens? Maybe. I don't know that that's biblical. Maybe somebody could go on the website, thesupernatural.show, and tell me if it is. Go in the Bible discussion group and tell me if it is. I see everything that y'all guys are doing on there, and I respond to a lot of you. If you ever see the little chat thing pop up while you're on the website, that's probably me actually trying to contact you, just so you know. There'll be a great shaking. This thing shakes its head violently right here, right at the point of birth, with the coming of the Antichrist and the emerging of the lilies of the Nile, the heliotrope lilies coming up above the water. At the end here, I want to show you where the Antichrist is going out across the waters, and the barb is removed from around his head. This is his short time that has passed, and you can see all of the destruction that he has left in his wake, and the things that'll be happening in those times, including, you can see Aquila, the eagle in the heavens, the constellation, is part of the timing. You can see that there is the baby, the image of a baby here, and of course Scorpio, and I think also which one is it that is the like almost looks like a lobster or a crab with the pinchers and everything. It's just all signifies and symbolizes it, including the final fall, that striking of the meteor or comet or whatever, however it gets pulled off, being destroyed. With these things that are going to be going on in the heavens. And these things are in play, all of it right now, including this little heliofont thing. And I think I made it clear that this is all about, a lot of this is all about frequency, and a lot of this is going to come from above. It's a key change. It's angels coming down with the keys that are spoken about in the Bible that will unfold all of this. But you, the chosen, will not be harmed. I will not be harmed. Will we be here still in 2 weeks? It's not my place to say or try to even predict. I know others, I know what they're saying, but I'm not going to say those words, not because I'm not aware of the time, because I am. I'm just not going to say it because it's not my place. That's God's work. So, also on the website and the links below this video, I don't know what's going to be coming in the near days, but the links to all of my support, different ways you can do it, including the P.O. box is under the videos. I'll put it under this video too. I love you guys. Our Father in heaven loves you for sure, but he has to separate the wheat from the chaff, and that's what the last 2 years has been. And now it's time. I'll talk to y'all guys again as soon as possible, and I'll do another supernatural show as soon as possible. The supernatural.show. It's not .com, it's .show. Go to that website, sign up to be a free member, and you'll be able to go in and chat with all the other people that are in there talking about all these different subjects. I have discussion groups set up for all this kind of stuff, and y'all guys can set up your own groups. It's an awesome website that I've put an enormous amount of work into, so we would have a place to go communicate with each other. If you're listening to my voice, that website is your website. I built it for you. I built it for the glory of God. Alright guys, until next time, this is Daniel.